Now, starting from the juicy part,
Yeah.
the juicy part, right?
What's up, you guys?
It's your girl Jen,
It's your girl Drika.
and we are here with another YouTube
Video!
So, you guys,
Welcome back to another video.
yes, we missed y'all, even though
Very
we
much.
yeah. So,
Peep, the hair change, the hair color change,
yeah,
guys.
we still kind of, Jessie was taking a photo shoot for y'all.
Yep.
And because it's Tree's birthday coming up, so make sure y'all drop in the comments happy birthday. Yay. Okay, so today we are going to talk about, we know y'all like the little drama and stuff here and there, so we're gonna talk about why we've been missing / why we moved out of our previous apartment.
I'm on walking with Alice in Wonderland. My skin feels tan, but I'm flying with Peter Pan. My dreams, the bigger man, they pursued me first. I put less thought in my dreams, then I did this first. Remember living in Jamaica with no money and a dream, but we held it tight together when the devil had a scheme. And from hanging with the snakes and the coach, he didn't like the vibe.
Tricky, you kick it off.
Okay. Like in the previous video, like we said, we off to college. We found an apartment. Now we know it was too good to be true. We know it was like too good to be true. We can mention the lady name. We can call her
Stupid.
Leprechaun. In this story, her name is Leprechaun.
She looked like a leprechaun for true.
And she married, have kids or whatever. Fine. Okay. So when we first moved there, it was okay. It was good.
Mind you, it's a beautiful apartment.
Yes,
Beautiful apartment.
All our friends who came over was like, wait, this is nice. Red flag down. We walk in. Everything good. We get settled down and we thinking we could have friends over. We could do as we please. Nope.
It was
That
like
was-
basically we live in, like we asked them to live there, like,
Yeah.
and we was like not paying any rent or anything. Mind you, our rent was $700 each, which was $1,400 she was
Every
getting
month.
per month.
Yep.
Per month. And then she come with all these different rules, or no gas. We bought, when we went to the store to shop for the apartment, we got these air fresheners because we like to,
I think I have one.
like, we love good smelling, like, stuff or whatever. We
It
just
was
like the little
these.
sweet scents or whatever the case may be.
That's the type of air freshener we bought. We
Yeah.
had 2 of them. 2? It was 4?
Yeah, we
About
had 4.
4.
We had two in one room, one out front, one in the next room.
Right.
So we just come from store, whatever.
That's
and
flag
we put,
number 1. Sorry.
Yeah, we put the air fresheners down, the one in the front room. So Leprechaun come downstairs,
I was like, what's
and like she look at it, and then when we gone upstairs, she's like, can you move the air freshener because the scent sticks to the furniture, blah blah blah, whatever. Time now, it wasn't even close to the furniture.
And mind you, they was upstairs, we downstairs.
Yeah, and she's like,
You ain't supposed to be in our area.
She's like, and then people have allergies. You wouldn't be allergic to it if you was in your own space and not in ours. How about that?
Exactly.
So after that was strike number 1. Then, so basically, the whole moral of the story is everything
We did.
it
was a problem.
It was a problem. Like, she complained about the simple things. Like, it we had, okay, so one day we decided to play music. The music was on volume 10, which means even us, we were struggling to hear it. But, we was being considerate that, you know, people upstairs or whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
The music was on volume 10.
She
Volume
can
10.
message my phone. Talk about what's going on downstairs. Could you turn it off? We're trying to sleep. Now, mind y'all, we downstairs. They upstairs.
And a dead early.
The only way you could hear the music is if you like
Listening. Like you know, you trying to find something to say. That's the only way you could have heard the music because we was down there and we could barely hear the music.
The thing was, she was never considerate of us. From you upstairs, y'all know people like if you like in a 2-story building or 3, and someone upstairs and they walking hard, you could hear it. Depending on what type of material you use for the flooring, because you have some buildings where like when you walk in, the people downstairs can't hear you. But to this apartment where we was in, it wasn't even an apartment, it was the devil's den.
Yeah, that's what you called it.
I call it the devil's den because everything, she just was. So like they would be upstairs and like we would be sleeping like 6-7 o'clock in the morning. All you had boom 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 boom, like they meaning to hit their foot on the floor and dragging it, and it was like they jumping off the furniture. Mind you, Leprechaun and she have kids. She have a family. Now when we brought it to her attention that hey, well, we just be sleeping and y'all just be jumping up and down and like hitting your foot high to the floor, she can tell us say,
we can't do anything. We can't do anything about that. Do you want us not to walk? I'm like, you could walk quietly. You don't have to be stamping, because only if you stamping, you could hear that through the floor like that.
Exactly. And she wasn't being considerate. So, and then before all of that, like before we tell her about it, she came downstairs. I wasn't home, but Janelle was home. So I walked downstairs and I hear voices, and I know I only leave her. So I try to figure why all the lights on and why I hear voices. So I come downstairs and Leprechaun, the husband, down there.
No, he wasn't down there yet.
Remember? Oh no, he wasn't down there.
He just come
down after me.
Because he was going in the laundry room. And mind you, let me tell you something. The only problem was her. That was the only problem. The husband, he never bothered. Like, whenever he come downstairs, they have the laundry room and everything. Like, the laundry room, the gym was downstairs.
So,
when he come downstairs, he either walks straight in the laundry room or he walks straight in the gym. He never come downstairs looking like being nosy. Because my thing on her, she'd walk downstairs. She'd be looking in everything. And I'm like, first of all, if I pay you a security deposit that protects, that says, well, hey, if something is destroyed, you take it out of the security deposit. So ain't no reason for you to be monitoring stuff to make sure, well, you know, like, come on, man. So
like I was saying, I came home, she was downstairs.
Oh, you skip a part.
What part?
With the chair.
Oh, okay. So that's how it leads to her us confronting her. So we bought the air fresheners. We put one on the kitchen counter, one on the living room little coffee table. Each one of us had one in our room. So she walked downstairs. Like when we first come in, she was like asking us questions or whatever. And she walked downstairs and she saw the air freshener. She looked at it. And she smelled it. She's like, what's that? And it was like, that's the air freshener. She said, it smells good. Bang. So she said it smelled good. She walked upstairs and we walked behind. I think we went to go cook. Then she can come back down and she can go back and she can say, oh, if we can remove the air freshener because the scent sticks to the furniture and some people have allergies. So we was like, okay, she probably mean like when they coming downstairs and they coming in contact with it if they ain't familiar with it or whatever.
Yeah, but it wasn't no reason for her to be all the way over there.
That's Airwick. Everybody know.
That even ain't that strong.
That's like air from Febreze air freshener. So we said, okay, cool. So she took it upon herself. She came and she take the air fresheners and she carried them to the garage. So we didn't say nothing. So we called our parents and then we tell them. So my mommy was like,
well, first of all,
we didn't even tell them right away.
It wasn't even like, you know, because of certain things like why we call them or whatever, we need them to fix our problems or whatever. Me, personally, I can tell you all this. I have anger problems.
Yes.
I do not do well with addressing certain things, because I feel as like personally I stay out of people's way, because I don't bother nobody. Don't bother me. That's just it. Because I scared of my own anger, you know? I scared of my own temper. So I need you to stay out of my way. Now, when you constantly provoking me, that's a problem. That's a problem, because I don't bother nobody, like I tell y'all. So what she was doing, she was constantly provoking me, and she knew exactly what she was doing.
And she always, okay, so from her taking their parents, getting them upstairs, we didn't tell our parents right away. And because she wanted to be petty and doing all type of stuff, like every little thing she was picking at and trying to cause a problem. So it came to that point, I was like, I tell my mommy was like, y'all need to go get the air fresheners, y'all pay for them, why y'all can't use them? So I was like, okay, I understand the scent to stick to the fabric, but
you know, scent is even David ain't strong enough to do that.
my point is exactly, like once you keep it in like the bathroom, you close the door, you walk back in, it's not good.
But after like a couple hours, the scent already died down. Like it didn't even, you know.
So she was picking at every little thing we do, from the air freshener. And then it came to a point where we couldn't have company. And she said we couldn't have company.
Because of COVID.
But we did tell her that.
Wait.
We have people over here that have to check upon us, and that our parents know, and like our parents say they gotta keep an eye on us. So she's like, okay.
I mean, and not just like that, but it's just like, you know, like when you come into a foreign place, like you prefer to know people, you know.
Exactly.
You prefer to like, well, I mean, we don't even know nobody like that, but
that's
yeah, but that was just us saying that, hey, you try something, we know people over here who could get your backside. That's just point blank, even though we didn't really know nobody, but you know.
So
it's like one or two people.
We did tell her. We was like, well, when she told us, I was like, that ain't gonna work, because we know people and they have to come by us and they have to like keep an eye on us. So she was like, okay, cool. If they come, we gotta write their name down. We gotta write their contact information because of COVID. And like, if one of us was to get exposed, and the last person who we was in contact with, we have to get blah blah back in contact with them. So we was like, okay, cool. We was like, we only have two persons. You ain't gotta worry about us bringing like a group of people. Now, this was before she started acting petty and picking at every little thing. That's when we started inviting all of our friends over, because we was like, okay, since you want to do that, we can get under your skin, and we can do it on purpose, because you would not leave us alone. But we was back at home. We didn't even have that much restrictions as to whereas we can't have friends and we can't go. And like the little thing she was doing wasn't making no sense. So
yeah, but anyway, basically, something that she did, I was not for it.